All right, now that we've gotten some practice doing our set operations one at a time, what we're going to be interested in is piecing these together so we can do multiple operations by taking them one step at a time. Now, sometimes we're going to have to pay attention to parentheses in the problem, but essentially think about that idea that to do an operation, you have to have the different pieces for it. And then we'll use the definition of that operation to help us out. So I'm going to use the same 3 sets that I did a couple videos ago when we did our first example, but we're going to find more complicated examples now. So the first one we want to find is A union B complement. So we're going to do A union B and then find the complement. Now, when we do this, it's a good idea to actually write down the different steps. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the union first. Now, if we have it written down from last video, we could rewrite it if we hadn't already, because we already found it in a previous video. Or we could look for it again. So remember, A union B says lump them together. So that's going to be the set that contains, well, A is in there, B, C, D, E. And then I also have, well, B again has A, again has B. But now it new has F, G, and Z. So we're going to take that set, but notice, now at this point we're not done. Now we're going to take the complement of that set. Now the definition for complement, we have to remember what it was, but it was everything that's basically not in that set. So we're going to look at the universal set, and we're going to look for the opposite of what's up there. So we're going to get rid of A, B, C, D, and E, because those are all listed over there. We're also going to get rid of F and G. We're going to keep H, because H is not in this set. And we're going to keep I, because I is not in this set. But we're not going to keep Z, because it is up there. So all we're left with is H and I. And if we look back at our original problem, those were the 2 things we needed to do. We did a union first, and then we did an intersection. Now, if you need to rewatch that one again, definitely rewind a minute there and see it one more time. But when you're ready, we're going to try another one. This one, notice, wants us to do, let's read it in order, A complement, intersect, B complement. So notice, before I'm ready to do the intersection, I have to do A complement and B complement. I have to know what sets those are in order to do the intersection of them. So let's take a look at those complements. A complement, remember, is everything not in A. So looking at U, we need to figure out what's not in A. So we get rid of A, B, C, D, and E. We're left with F, G, H, I, and Z. So that's that set A complement. We're going to intersect that with B complement. So we need to look at what's in B complement. Well, we're going to get rid of A and B. We'll keep C, D, E. We'll get rid of F and G, because those are in B. We don't want the things in B. We'll keep H. We'll keep I, but we'll get rid of Z. So we've got C, D, E, H, and I. Now, notice I've got those 2 sets, and what we want is we want an intersection of the 2. So what we're going to look for with an intersection, remember, is that overlap, what's common to both of them. So as we take a look, we're going to see, all right, is F in both of them? No. G? No. H? Yes. I? Yes. Z? No. So the only elements that are in both of them are H and I. Now you might notice that it's kind of really interesting that we got the same thing in those last two examples, which is kind of cool. And I did set them up to purposely do that. Now, it's also just good practice to do either of them. But again, it somewhat helps us notice that something like the top one, A union B, that whole thing complement, we want to do it in the order that it's shown. I don't want to try and do something like move those complements inside, because when I move them around, it actually affects other parts of the problem, other operations. An interesting question would be, well, would this always happen, right? For any A and any B, would these two be the same? A question like that, we're going to get to answer in our next section when we look at section 2.3. So kind of hang on to a question like that, but it's pretty cool to think through. Okay, again, if you need to rewatch that one, go back a couple minutes and watch it again. But when you're ready, let's try a third one. If we take a look at this one and think about what we need to do first, well, I probably need to do these parentheses first, right? Notice, in order to do this intersection, I need to have these two sets. So first, let's find what is U minus A. Now, we probably have already caught on to this idea yet, but if we think about that definition, it says it's everything that's in U, but not in A, which is the exact same definition as a complement. If we look at what that's going to be, the things in U, but not in A, well, it's F, G, H, I, and Z, right? It's everything except A, B, C, D, and E. Now we're going to intersect that with B. I could relist what's in B, or I can just reference over there. Remember, the intersection is the overlap, what's common to both. So we can look at, is F common to both? Yes. Is G? Yes. Is H? No, because look, H is not in B. Notice I also didn't take the A or the B from over there because they were not in this set that we found. I don't keep I, but I do keep Z. So there are three elements common to these two sets. They're F, G, and Z. So my new set is the set containing F, G, and Z. So to do these operations when I have more than one, we just have to take it slow and do one operation at a time, and we'll show work by showing what those steps are, what sets we get one operation at a time. This is actually going to be the end of our board notes that we're going to do for section 2.2. So what you have now is there are two more questions on your worksheet for section 2.2 that you're going to do. So you'll go ahead and try the first one first. It's kind of like this, where you've got multiple operations you're going to do. And then watch the video for that one. And then the next one kind of makes you think a little bit about what these operations mean. Try that one, think about using those definitions, and then take a look at the solution for that one. And then at that point, we're finished up with section 2.2, and you'll be ready to try your homework and study for it and all of those things. In the next set of videos, we will be moving on to section 2.3. So I will see you when we're there.